Hello world, all right, I'm back again, and this is the last for this day for me, the last session, which is going to be dive into app intents. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this. And I also went through the list. There are so many more I really want to watch. I just don't have the time. I would love to watch them right now, but I'm going to continue tomorrow, and we'll see how far we come. And as always, I have to first prepare the video. So that's dive into app intents. Let me download that here. At the same time, let's get the music down. Start with the thumbnail version. And I will be counting down as always. So if you want to watch this alongside me, make sure that you pause the video now. Oops, but that you pause the video now and that you prepare it on a second device. I can't show it in the stream directly, so I'll be just reacting and making the notes here, and I'll be counting from 3 down, and then on play, if you click play at the same time, then you can watch it alongside me. So I think I'm ready, and I'm counting down from 3, 2, 1, play. That was fast. What's that for a long name? I've never seen such detailed shortcuts. This is a really detailed one they're creating here. Such a detailed example. To be honest, I don't think anybody is going to use it in that detail. I think they should focus more on simplifying things rather than, yeah, making it really deep and detailed. At least they're examples. I don't think anybody's going to do that. All right, one more session completed. And this was also another deeper dive one that covered so many things at once that I'm a bit overwhelmed, to be honest. And yeah, but some sessions are just like that. And I was expecting a more introductory session, but it was not an introductory session. I thought they were just introducing the app intents, but they went through all the different things that you can imagine on this topic area. And that's a bit much. But let me try to go through this a little bit as a summary. So first, they basically, of course, talked about the new app intents library and basically said that there are 3 components to it: intent, entities, and app shortcuts. With app shortcuts, everyone can use with voice from Siri, so it appears in many places. And I'm just going to skip to this one here, because this is basically the simplest intent you can imagine. You have to provide a title and conform to app intents, and need to have a perform method that basically says what should happen when this intent is activated. And just by implementing this few lines, you get your intent presented in the menu bar, share extensions, terminal, AppleScript, home screen, so many places where it can be useful. And I can imagine a simple intent like this to be added to many apps. And we learned also that you can really dive deep into all details. You can have metadata, parameters, performed method, and all kinds of stuff. You can also have return types and things like that. If you want to provide parameters yourself, you just conform to app enum, and then you can have something like currently loading, want to read, read, etc. These are all the supported parameter types, like decimal, integer, boolean, enumeration, rich text, currency. This is what shortcuts basically support, or the intents. There's also things like you can go into when, otherwise. So there's also logic you can implement. And then they went into entities, queries, results. You can have the user have some settings on your shortcut, for example, where they can do some search and all things like that. I'm not going to go into the details here. I think you should really watch this session again when you want to really implement and deep dive further. But it's interesting to know that there's all these possibilities that you can provide, ways to search for users and all stuff like that. There's also a lot of stuff you can do with how you interact with the user. For example, you can show dialogues, you can show snippets, you can request values from the user, and you can also ask for confirmation when you are not sure if something that you do is really correct or not. And all these types of things are possible. And lastly, there's 2 types of ways to have like intents and things like that defined in your app. One can be in your app directly, and one can be via an extension. For the extension, there is an app intents extension target or template when you are creating a new target. So just use that. It comes with all the right defaults. And there are pros and cons to using in-app versus extension. They say the extension is lighter weight and has the best performance, so that's probably the way to go. But the in-app one doesn't need any framework or duplicate code and things like that. So yeah, there are trade-offs between the two, and you should pick one of those two. Interesting to know is that one thing was not possible. Yeah, compiling app intents only works from code directly that is in your app. So either it has to be in-app or as an extension. It does not work when you do it through a package. So if you have like a Swift package and you had app intents there, it wouldn't work. That's at least what they said. So that's definitely a tip that you should keep in mind, because Xcode extracts the app intent at build time. So it has some magic to find it, and this magic doesn't work if it's in a Swift package. But that's all to it that how I wanna summarize this. So that was dive into app intents. And if you are watching this on YouTube, make sure to like this video down below. Everyone else, thank you for joining in, everybody who has been joining in on Twitch live. And yeah, I'm looking forward to watching more sessions. I'll be going into meet Swift regex, get to know developer mode, meet distributed access. At least these three definitely I will cover tomorrow, and then there will be new sessions already tomorrow, so I might add new ones here that might be a bit more interesting. But this is basically it from me today, and I wish you all a nice WWDC rest of the week, and also time after WWDC. Nice time learning about WWDC, even if you watch this later. So thank you very much for joining in, and see you on the next one. Bye.